morning, everybody. 9:04 this Tuesday, April 30th. Last day, April. We're all here in the studio. Stacy got a report from her sister that TuneIn wasn't working for her.
Yeah.
Weird interrupt problems sometimes with phones. You can always download the DSN Radio app. Go to the Google Play Store and just search for DSN Radio. You can get all three stations, DSN News, instant requests for hits and West. It's all there on an app, free. Almost 15,000 downloads of the app. So go get it. Be like the cool kids. We're joined in the studio with DSN Hits artist Jwood. Good morning, Jwood.
Good morning, everybody.
Can I call you Jay?
Yes, you can.
Because if I have to keep referring to you as Jwood, it's going to be kind of awkward. Mr. Wood.
I like that.
You like Mr. Wood? You would.
I want you to address him like that more.
You're a local dude. We've been playing your song "Break" for almost the past month here on DSN Hits, and tell us about this song. We're going to play it in the next break. And I told you when I first heard it that it's remarkable because I've heard a lot of local stuff. People send me their stuff all the time, and everybody wants airplay. Everybody wants me to put it on. And in order to get airplay on our station, it's very important that it's a high quality track. And when people send me independent stuff, a lot of times it's not very high quality. And I heard the song and I was like, this is really good. I don't know how this is local. And it was all locally produced, right?
Yeah, it was locally produced, actually. It was these guys I'm working with called Park Boys.
Okay.
And I've recorded Castle Walls, Fresh to Death.
Where are they at? Canton?
Actually, it's downtown Massillon.
Downtown Massillon.
Yeah.
They got a studio and everything set up down
Yeah, they got a studio and everything. And actually, my buddy introduced me to Joe with the Park Boys. And it's the first song that we did together, it just went, perfectly. I went in there, and the first song took me, an hour. And, we just worked really good together, you know what I mean?
It's interesting because, we've talked before about the song Break that we're playing here on DSN Hits. And you told me, kind of like you just did, that the idea for the song came to you after you heard the beat. And is it a locally produced beat?
Actually, that beat I got off the internet.
What are the sites that you can buy beats from?
Yeah, it's just, I was just looking through beats, and just as soon as I heard it, immediately
it started coming together.
It was for me, you know what I mean?
And the female on the track is a girl named Molly.
Yeah, Molly Morgan.
And she's a local chick, too.
Yeah, she's also local. I actually heard about her through my friend Ryan that was in Afghanistan, and her boyfriend, she was sending her boyfriend videos and stuff of her singing.
Right.
And then he told me about it because I said, I need a girl to sing on the hook, and I called her up. She came over, and we just started working really good together.
It was one of those things where it was instant collaboration between the two of you.
Yeah, just basically, I don't want to sound, corny, but it's just pretty much magic. As soon as we got in there, we were just flowing good together, and then she loved the song, and she's like, I would love to do this. And I'm like, by the way, she only got one song out, and then I'm like,
right.
By the way, we're going to shoot a music video to this, and she was just kind of surprised, wow, okay.
And the video was all shot in downtown Canton.
Yeah, downtown Canton is actually kind of crazy because me and, Yutzy, my video guy, was just scouting out the area, and we're like, let's check out this parking deck, and, we ended up on top of this building. We're like, wow, this would be awesome for the video, and we just kind of winged it.
And it turned out amazing. And since the Break video came out, there's been another video released. What's the name of the track for that video?
That's Don't Want It With Us, featuring King Ward. And
is he a local guy?
Yeah, he's actually a local guy, too. He's working on his music and stuff right now.
I'll tell you what, the hip-hop scene down here, the local hip-hop scene is really amazing, and there are some really talented individuals in the Canton-Stark County area. You just haven't really heard of them because the music business is the music business.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of good talent coming out of Canton, and even in Massillon, you got Stally that came out of Massillon and stuff. He's doing big things, and I personally think that we don't get recognized like we should, but I'm just trying to, bring a little bit of realness to the game, with the music and stuff. I hear a lot of, different hip hop artists and stuff out here, and it all usually sounds the same to me, but.
So let's talk about you. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26 years old. You're not originally from Canton.
Yeah, I'm actually not originally from Canton. I grew up in Massillon up until I was about 13 years old, and then I moved to Cleveland and Lakewood. I went to Lakewood High School, and I lived up there for about 7 years, and then I moved back down here probably like 5 years ago. So
That's
I've been here
interesting.
ever since.
So Lakewood was where you went to school.
Yeah.
And Lakewood, and maybe it's me who's uninformed about the area, but Lakewood is a more upscale area.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when did you start getting into like hip hop and beats and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, before I even moved to Cleveland, I was into hip hop. Like I bought a LL Cool J album, was my first album. And ever since then, I just started having love for it. I'd write raps and stuff, and I was just, feeling it. But once I actually moved to the city, because I went to Jackson City schools, then I go to Lakewood. Lakewood's not hardcore, but,
Right.
like there's a lot of different races and, like, different kinds of people and stuff.
Right.
And I just started to get, like the feel for like the inner city, like,
Right.
life. And like
Right.
hip hop was like really big up there and stuff. And I just started to get into it. And, people were like, oh, check this out. And then, I would just, it was hard. It was.
And I'm reading that money was tight and your dad had to support the entire family on one income.
Yeah, it was rough times, man. I remember my buddy Jason actually would come over and bring me food and stuff when I didn't have any, bring it to my window and stuff, and it was bad. I never had nothing in the refrigerator, and I found myself, out running around the streets and just trying to like make my own money and stuff because my dad was trying to support me and my sister, and
So you went out and you started hustling on the streets.
yeah.
So this boy from North Carolina moves to Lakewood, then moves to Cleveland. You start peddling drugs, right?
Yeah, actually, I mean, food was so scarce and stuff, man. I started getting friends with people that was into it, and I seen the money that they was making and stuff, and I was just always so hungry. I'd go to school and always bum dollars off people and stuff. And
Now let me ask you. Obviously, this was years ago, but what kind of money can you make off selling drugs? I mean, is it ridiculous? Are you talking thousands?
I was making, I'll tell you what, I mean, and I would say, marijuana is what I sold. I didn't sell nothing hardcore or anything, but
Just selling pot.
yeah.
You were making money.
I was 17, probably seeing like $600 sometimes a day. Like
What?
It depended. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I actually had the nickname Dime Sack. Like, when I first started selling, like I would only sell dime sacks, and then like a lot of the.
Is the profit margin more with dime bags than if you were to sell, I don't know, eighths or quarters? Trying to do the economics of it. Look at Stacy. Stacy's horrified.
I mean, hey, you get an ounce for $90. You
Right.
dime them all out 1.5. That's 17. That's $70 off. $80 off 1 ounce. You sell like 3 or 4 of those a day.
So how was that working? Were you just going out on the street with dime bags and like here?
Basically, that's what I did. I would leave my house and I would just meet people, and it would just got to where the point the entire school was getting it off of me. And everybody knew who I was, and I got the name Jwood.
That's funny. Call Jwood.
Everybody, yeah. And then all the older drug dealers would call me Dime Sack. Like, oh, you talking about Dime Sack? Oh yeah, that kid's a hustler. Yeah, it was crazy.
So
like,
when did you get out of? Did you get busted or anything? Or
yeah, actually, that's why I moved back down. I got out of the city because I had too much going on, man.
you got pinched?
Yeah, actually, I was 18 years old. At that point, I was making, anywhere from for 4 days a week, like $1,000 a day. I was only 18. I had 3 cars. I lived in a penthouse suite.
So you invested.
I was definitely a smart kid, like with my money and stuff. Like I wasn't just out here, blowing money on.
You're like
stupid stuff.
CNBCing drug money. It's great.
It was nuts. 18, man. I had, I had so much money. I'd go to the mall and I'd drop like $700 just on random things. I'd buy swords and just posters, just anything you could think of, man. I was buying it. And
Well, so I'm reading that around '04, at some point, your dad lost his job, and you guys you got evicted from the house.
yeah, once that happened, man, that's when I just felt lost, man. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And my dad, he was getting ready to move, and I didn't want to move because all my friends, was up there, like, people I grew up with, and I liked the area. I liked where I was at. And
then what? '06, you got raided by the cops.
yeah, it was 2006. Actually, somebody came in, got something, wore a wire, And I said,
Somebody wore a wire?
yeah.
Wow.
They actually got into some trouble, and they, made a plea with the cops and stuff. And then
What is that, Virgil? What do you always say about snitches?
Snitches get stitches.
to that.
So you got raided, and would they put you into custody?
Yeah, I got raided. Like I said, he left. 5 minutes later, I heard boom, 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 police, search warrant. And I was just freaking out, man. I grabbed what I had on the table, was going to throw it off the balcony before I knew it. Man, they flash grenaded me.
They flash grenaded you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they flash grenaded me. Immediately, when they flash grenade you, it's like a real loud, siren, and it smokes. Yeah. And, dude, you have no choice. It's like a dog with a loud whistle or something. I just hit the ground. I just covered my ears, and they beat the shit out of me.
Was it Cleveland that did this? Was this Cleveland?
No, this was actually Lakewood.
Oh,
This
wow.
was Lakewood detectives and stuff. And they're, when they actually was, they put plastic ties on me and stuff, kicked my other door in, flash grenaded that.
Wow.
And, they beat me up. They're like, they said it finally, nice to meet you, Jwood. like they've been waiting to find me or something. But yeah,
Wow.
it was. I almost felt like I was dreaming. It was just
Completely
nuts.
surreal situation.
It was insane. I was just like, man, I'm going to jail for a very long time.
So what ended up happening with that?
I went to Lakewood City Jail. Well, I went there for about 3 days, and then my buddy actually came and posted my bail, and then it was my first real offense. So, I ended up getting probation and stuff. I paid for a good lawyer. I paid $5,000 for a lawyer. So, pay to get out of trouble. You know what I mean? So, they told, I got probation, and they said, and I told them, look, I'm going to move out of the city because, obviously nothing good is coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm going to end up dead.
And were
in
they
prison
sad
or-
about that? Were they like, no, don't leave?
Oh, yeah, they were just...
They were so broken up.
They did not want me to leave the city at all. They wanted me to stay.
I'll bet if you would have offered to pay them tax for the money that you made off selling drugs, they'd probably been like, okay, we'll make this go away. We get 40%.
Exactly. The government is.
Right. That's why they get pissed.
The government's not making no money, then,
Right.
they want to bust you, put you in jail.
So you moved after all this went down, all of this craziness with the cops and being flash grenaded. When you got all your court stuff taken care of, you moved down to Massillon.
Yeah, I moved down to Massillon.
What brought you to Massillon?
Well, it's where, from where all my family was from, and,
Okay.
and I moved back in with my mom, actually, me and my sister, and her in a one-bedroom apartment. And
Kind of started all over again.
it started all over, man. And I was just, from there, at that point, I'm like, look, I just want to do good. I want to stay out of trouble. And I started working a job. It was my first job.
Well, what's interesting is you became serious about music in 07. Mm-hmm. And why did you become serious about music?
Really, the music came to me just because of the things that I went through. The things that I seen and stuff that I did was basically like a rap song. The things, I've seen a lot, done a lot.
And you devoted more time to your music because it was difficult for you to get a decent paying job.
Yeah, I just felt like, man, it was everywhere I went. I had these felonies and nobody wanted to hire me at all. Nobody. And I was just...
Not that they were violent felonies. They were just drug-related offenses. Right.
And it just, discouraged me, and it made me, want to write more and just thrive more for my music, you know what I mean? Just because it almost made me angry that these people wouldn't give me a chance over something, you know what I mean? You make mistakes. I was only 18 years old, you know what I mean?
Right. And it's not, like I said, it's not a violent offense. It's not rape. It's not attempted murder, burglary, anything like
Selling
that.
a little bit of pot.
Yeah, exactly. It's legal in some states.
I was just getting ready to say that. Come on, man. It's not that bad.
Come on, go to Colorado or California, for God's sake. You decided to go to Stark State, and you're currently still enrolled, right?
Yeah, I'm actually a student right now.
What's your major?
I'm going for HVAC, heating and cooling.
Okay.
I was going for commercial music, but I really didn't. The teachers that was teaching it and stuff, I just kind of wasn't really into it. And I figured I'd just pick up a trade, and I really don't want to record other people. I'd rather somebody record me. And I just kind of changed my mind. I want to get a trade, so I got a better chance of getting a job.
I didn't even know they offered a class like that at Stark State.
Yeah.
And it's just but it's not. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate reality of a lot of these communications and recording schools around here is they just don't provide you with the skills you actually need. Mount Union radio students are still splicing tape. What? What? Really? You pay $37,000 a year to go to college and they teach you how to splice tape? I've been in business 12 years. I've never spliced tape. I have no idea.
It's ridiculous the money you got to pay, too.
Right.
I mean,
But you're still in college.
yeah, I'm still in school right now. I'm finishing up. I'm taking exams and my final quizzes and stuff. I think our last day is like the 10th. I think.
Are you about to graduate?
Actually, no. I got about 15 more classes till I got my associate's degree, so I'm getting close.
Okay.
I took a break too because my dad died in 2010.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Your father had a massive heart attack.
Yeah, he had a big heart attack. He actually had several before that, but I mean, he was strong. He survived. I mean, he had 9 stents in his heart before he actually.
Wow.
Yeah, before he actually went, he.
How old of a guy?
He was 46.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, man. And that kind of changed your slant on your music a little bit, didn't it?
I'll tell you, right after that happened, man, I just, like I said again, just like when I had the SWAT kick in my door, it was just like, it wasn't real. I couldn't believe, because me and my dad was like best friends, you know what I mean? We hung out, we did everything together.
And it was one of those here one day, gone the next.
Yeah, it was rough, because actually his brother died, so he went down to help out my grandparents, and then he passed away. And then a week later, my grandpa passed away, so my whole generation was wiped out. And I just felt,
wow,
it was rough, man. So I just started the music. I just turned to it completely. I wrote a song actually for him. I don't have that released right now. I did have it released, but somebody hacked my YouTube account and deleted everything, so I got to get it back up. But it was rough, man. But it spiraled my music, and it made me gave me so much drive to just keep on doing it. Like basically promised him, like, I'm going to make sure that I do something with myself and
right.
Graduate college, obviously, because I promised him I would do that. But it helped my music. Like, it just gave me that much more drive and just more.
You poured yourself into it.
Yeah.
And that's how you can tell an artist. I mean, it's you're doing what you're doing because this is your release. This is how it's like your therapy in a way.
Exactly. Like, I don't just do it to get famous or anything like that. I do it to let people, understand where I came from and maybe be able to, so other people can relate to me. Like, oh, well, I've had that happen too. And
right.
Be able to, understand me. And
the other thing is too, you're a white kid.
Right.
And now, how is that? I mean, obviously, with the successes of, obviously Eminem, it's and Macklemore even now, it's proven that white boys can do hip hop just as good as everybody else.
I see, like, it's a little bit of racism there. You know what I mean?
Well, but see, what happens is it's not so much. Well, it's the only thing they got on you basically, because your songs are good, they're solid, the beats are tight, the lyrics fit. Do you write your own stuff?
Yeah, I write all my own stuff. Like, I don't even picture myself, if I actually got in the music industry, I could see, like, people maybe helping me write, giving me ideas.
Giving you some idea suggestions.
I don't think I could ever, like, rap a song that somebody else wrote, because it just wouldn't, I'd feel like I was cheating,
It doesn't have the same feeling.
Right. And I mean, yeah, I write all my own music, and most of the time it is generated from things I'm going through, or, like, if I'm going through a hard time, I'll find a beat and I'll just, pour everything out onto it that I'm going through.
What is your writing process? Do you just sit down with like a legal pad and just start sketching out lyrics?
Yeah, actually, I used to write it all on like a notepad, but now the route I'm going is I just I get on my Microsoft Word
and
I'll
type it in.
Yeah, and I'll just type it. I mean, basically, and I got a weird method, forms of bars. I don't write like that. Like, I write like paragraphs. It's weird, and a lot of people are like, "Man, why do you write like that?" And then they show me how to do it, but that's not how I.
That's not your creative process.
That's not how I do it. Like, it's weird, but it works for me.
So do you when you write, you sit down and you kind of basically write out a story, and then do you go through and you kind of edit it and change things and move things?
Yeah, what I'll do first is just being on beat is like my biggest thing. So I'll make sure it's like a puzzle, man. Like, it's got to fit the beat. Everything's got to, be smooth. So it's just like a process. Like, you just got to make sure everything, because you got to be on beat. And then, yeah, like, I'll write it out. And then I'll go back in and be like, okay, this word needs to go here. I need to take this. There's too many words in this. You know what I mean? Like, eliminate. You want less words as possible. You know what I mean? And get your message across with less words as possible. You know what I mean?
And Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Jwood, our guest this morning. Plug yourself, Jay. Where can people find more about you?
Right now, you can check out my videos on YouTube.com. Just type in Jwood hip hop, all one word, and just go to browse videos.
How many videos you got up there now?
I got 4 right now, and we got 2 in the works.
Look at that! It even trends when you type in Jwood, it pops up.
Yeah, it'll pop right up
on the YouTube screen. Oh yeah, you got a bunch of stuff on there.
Yeah, and you just go to the first one.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of got my hands above the.
And this is the new video. This is what I was talking about here. The video is "Don't Want It With Us." It's you featuring King Ward, who's another local hip hop guy, right?
Yes, sir.
102,000 views, and it was uploaded a week ago.
Yeah, it's doing big numbers.
It's blowing up, and that's another. You shot that all in Canton too.
Yeah, that was all. Well, actually, this was done in Massillon. We actually just found some random alley, and we just started shooting in the alley.
Zach just takes you to random alley.
You know, Zach. He's got all these crazy ideas and stuff. He said the alley. I said, okay, sounds good to me.
And it's kind of explain to us the song.
Well,
because listen, I'd love to play it, but there's quite a few F-bombs.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by that, but
the song's basically just telling about what I'm doing. I mean, basically.
How long has it been out, or is this one of those things that you just created? Because break the song and the video came about very quickly.
Yeah, the actual writing the song, actually, I had it written for like months.
Yeah,
but I just found somebody to like do the hook and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, we just basically write. Actually, I spit my verses to Zach Yutzy, my video guy, and immediately he's like, "Dude, I'm doing the video for that." Like immediately he was on board, and
so you recorded the track, and then how long after you recorded the track did you end up doing the video?
I'd say probably like 4 days later.
Yeah, it's just like start to finish 7 days.
Yeah, when we do something, man, we're just on our grind right now. Like we're not messing around. We're not taking no time. We're getting straight to the point. You know what I mean? This is gonna keep going.
Right.
I mean, for every song I do, I'm gonna do a video.
Right. And we were talking before the interview started today about how much the music business has changed. I mean, at one time you needed a record label. You needed somebody to back you, to promote you. And now, if you know what you're doing and you've got some talented people around you, which you do, you can promote yourself just as well. And you really don't need a record label anymore.
Yeah, you really don't, because everything we've done, we've networked ourselves. You know, I've been lucky to be, introduced to Zach too. He's really helped me out a lot. Like he's working on a webpage for me right now, and he helps me out with all the videos and stuff. And it's not like just some guy, you're paying money and he, gives you your money's worth or whatever. He actually cares about my music.
Well, and that's the other thing too. There's a lot of scam artists out there, especially around here. I know that as a fact. That'll just take your money, and then not deliver anything in return.
Exactly. I mean, for video quality like that he's done, I mean, you're looking at...
Well, not just video quality, though, but the audio quality. When you're going into the booth and you're laying down the tracks, and I mean, it sounds professional. Everything is mixed well. It's good stuff. These people are genuinely believing in you, and they're putting time into your music.
Yeah. What are the odds of you playing a little clip of that? Because, I mean, you've been called some pretty bad names in the chat room so far for not playing it.
Why are they getting nasty with me?
I don't know. Cleon says you're a sissy.
It's internet radio, not Q90 spew.
Hey, gotta give the people what they want.
I can give it. Here you go. This is "Don't Want It With Us." Listen to me trying to sound all.
Gotta make the money first.
And this is interesting to me. What is this? Is this Scarface that it starts off with?
Yeah, that's Scarface. Yutzy just out of nowhere put that in there. I didn't even ask for that. And actually, Scarface is my favorite movie, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta make your own moves. All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You understand? That piece of shit up there, I never liked him. I never trusted him. For all I know, he had me set up and had my friend Angel Fernandez killed. But that's history. Right here, he's not.
Hot wide for success, tat that shit across my chest. Platinum selling in the streets, seeing 60 G's a week. Y'all can touch me, man, I ain't even at my peak. I don't wanna hear peep before I go to sleep. Home grind 7 days a week. My homie told me if we hit $1 million, that'll get it real cheap. Took a little break, now I'm right back. Had it like a crack, had it go to automatic can go straight to hell. Y'all too slow, what's a cheater to a snail? Always keep some money for your lawyer in the bail. Never trust a bitch, she might tell. Here comes the thunder, then the lightning and the hail.
Kush rolled up, the Kush rolled up. It's just another night when you kicking it with us. We got bottles on deck, bitches in the back, them goons in the room, and they throwing up their set like.
You know what I love about this video is when you watch rap videos, you see that they've got, you know, all this bling and they're driving Ferraris and they're throwing wads of cash. People don't understand that, you know, all that stuff in the videos is rented anyway. Those rappers ain't got that stuff. They rent that stuff. They pay a lot of money, $2 million for the video. But the quality that Zach has assembled with these videos, you don't really miss that component. I mean, it's shot very well. You go from black and white to color, and just it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I don't need a big chain or a Ferrari to get my point across. You know what I mean? I'll use a bat and some gloves, and you know what I mean?
Go to an alley somewhere in Massillon.
That's all I need to get my point across. I mean,
and it turned out very well.
Yeah, the quality's insane. I mean, I just picture it being on like MTV or something, man. I think the quality is, I mean, it's insane.
And what is the process to filming a video? Because it's not easy. You were telling me this with Break, was that basically you play the song in a jukebox, or not a jukebox, but like a boombox or an MP3 player or whatever, and you kind of rap along with it.
Yeah, basically you're lip singing, and we would just keep like like for the scenes in the alley, we was actually using a truck, and we had a CD in the truck playing, and we was just lip singing to that. Or I mean, for Break, we used little speakers and an MP3 player, you know. And
how many times would you have to? Because the Break video took what, 8 hours to shoot? I think you said.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, it was actually I think it was like, yeah. I mean, the whole process, yeah, probably like 8 hours or so.
And it's a 3.5 minute long video.
Yeah, like there's a lot of work you got to do, and you got to you got to go through the whole song, like for each different scene. Like you don't just.
Oh, so it's not when you see different scenes being cut, you're not just doing that part.
No.
Every take is you're doing the whole song.
Yeah, like the alley part, we probably ran that like at least 10
times.
Yeah, probably like 5 times. We did that.
Wow.
You got to, we go over the song, a couple of different times, the way he can get the best takes and everything for the video. So it's a process. It's not easy. People just think you go out there and you just sing the song, and it's not like that. It's work. This is like a job.
You're spending a lot of time with it.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning to you that what I was surprised with is how record labels are becoming less and less and less relevant. And if you want proof of that, you look at Psy, the Korean rapper. Gangnam Style was self-released by him as a single. His new song that has beaten all YouTube music view records, killed Justin Bieber's previous record for views. That was a single too, released by him. They're not even releasing albums anymore. It's track by track by track.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, YouTube is like a huge tool. Like, I mean, it's crazy what you can do in the network and you can do with YouTube. Like, YouTube's helped me out.
For music.
It's ridiculous.
The new thing for music. And
it really is.
You've got comments here. Looking back from your first video, you've made huge strides. This is amazing. Very professional looking. I'm proud of you. Can't wait for the new stuff, bro. Gonna be hot. All I can say is, wow, this new producer is going to take you all the way. There's no reason why big record deals are not beating your door down now. Yeah, and I've seen with bands. Have you gotten any interest from the industry?
We mean far as like people contacting me?
Labels.
Actually, I haven't had no contacts or anything like that.
That's probably good. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's a cutthroat business.
It is, and I don't want to go that route because then you're just a slave, basically.
Virgil looks like he's got something to say.
No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
Come on, Virgil.
No, come on, Tom.
No, I don't have anything to input.
Why don't you spit some raps?
No.
Just a little something. Come on, a couple
No,
bars.
it's gonna be bad.
Come
I do say
on.
that people do want to hear the whole song that you were playing, not just the little
Yeah.
clip you did.
Why would it? Everybody's on my ass in the chat room today. What's wrong?
They're
with
all
me?
over you, Deluca.
Trying
Sorry.
to do an interview here. I'm trying to introduce the world to Jwood.
I said they want to hear the song.
Well, I'll post it. I'll post the video.
You have a radio station you could play it on.
I know, isn't
Play
that
it
weird?
on BSN West. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, the West audience is kind of like, what is this?
What the hell's
What is that's a white boy spitting them raps?
There goes another Eminem there.
He's one of them house gingers. But so what's next for you? You were telling me that Zach is in here shooting video today, and one of the reasons he's shooting video is because you guys are going to kind of do like a documentary on you, right? Like a bio kind of thing.
I got a song called "My Story, My Life." That's been out for I want to say like 8 months or
Where
so.
can people find your music? Do you have Are you on Reverb Nation or?
I'm not on Reverb Nation right now. We're actually in the process of doing that. Like he's building me a web page, and you have all my sites and stuff, like my Twitter and all that stuff. Like on Twitter, you can find me at official Jwood. Like I said, YouTube, Jwood Hip Hop. You just type that in, and actually I just bought jwoodhiphop.com, so that'll be where my actual web page is at, but that's in the works right now. You can still check it out. I mean, jwoodhiphop.com, and that's the page. But
what's your Facebook? Do you have a fan page or?
Yeah, I got a fan page that is Jwood. Basically, you just type that in, then you'll see it. And it's in black and white.
Are you? Do you have any of those? Like you were talking about the track that My Life that you released 8 months ago. Can people find that anywhere?
Yeah, actually, you can find that on my YouTube page. Just go to Browse Videos, and
it's on there.
Yeah, and it's just a picture. I mean, if you want to give them a little sample, it's just a picture of me like on a fence. But basically, actually, it was Zach's idea for the video. It's gonna be kind of like clips of all my videos together, some home videos like me and my dad, and different things like throughout my life, like that kind of like relates to the song, kind of. And,
I see that 4 months ago you liked "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." How gangsta of you!
Oh no, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, you got a lot of videos here. Like, what is "Dear Lord"? Tell us about that.
Dear Lord is a video I did about, I want to say 3 months ago. That's a real heart felt song right there. I wrote that when I was kind of going through a hard time. My dad died and stuff, and I mean it's straight from the heart. And it's me basically starting off in the video, like I'm just hanging out, I'm smoking a cigarette, and then I start walking to the church, like basically, like to find I'm in the song, I'm saying, I'm calling on the Lord's name, and basically I'm going there for like help or like shelter, basically.
Right. Now, what are your influences musically? Like, who have you been influenced by?
The number one person I've been influenced by, I mean, hands down, is Eminem. I mean, just because like the realness that he brings to the game.
I kind of noticed a similarity between your life and his. Growing up, the troubles, living in poverty, trying to do whatever you could to make a buck,
exactly. That's exactly. I mean, Tupac and Eminem are my greatest influences and stuff. And I mean, if you listen to my music, you can hear. The
I can
similarity.
See that. I can see that with you because Tupac wrote from the heart. I mean, whether you liked him or not, he wrote from the heart, and you get that out of your lyrics. But you've got a similar background to Eminem. And
yeah, they're two of my biggest influences, most definitely. I mean, that inspired me, and I mean, there's been some Eminem songs that I would play, and I would like get ideas for other songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as that goes, but definitely number one Eminem. I mean, like 50 Cent, Tupac, Jay-Z.
who don't you like? Who are you not a fan of in the hip hop world nowadays?
You know what? I can't really, put a finger on the exact, like a certain person. I mean, like I said, I'm more into, I like the songs where you're vibing, you're chilling, like gives you like, you're feeling it, you're having fun. But I'm just more of a person, man. I like to hear something real. Like, tell me something that I can relate to. Don't tell me about the girls you're banging. I don't want to hear about all the $1 million
Bitches
you
and
got.
drugs
Yeah,
and
I
money.
don't want to hear all that.
Yeah, watch me throw up some money into the air. That's fun.
I mean, that's cool and all, but man, I want to put something real out there, something I'm actually doing. Like when I say something or I write it in a song, that's what I'm doing, or it's real. You know what I mean? I'm not just out here going to put something out there that I'm not doing or something like a lot of these rappers, you know,
Right.
do around here.
Right.
I'm not shooting guns. I'm not shooting people, so I'm not going to rap about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You get are there any beefs that have started in the local hip hop scene?
There's no beefs right
You gotta
now.
watch that, man, because I watched the last 24 hours of Tupac the other day on this cable channel, and I'm like, yeah, it's all beef. Don't die. We want you around. No beefs and can't rap, okay?
For me, I got love for everybody that does music, you know what I mean? But obviously right now I'm getting a lot of like, you know, publicity and a lot of people talking about me, so I'm getting hate left and right. I got people, you know what I mean, saying stuff left and right. But I mean, I'm sure there'll be something in the future, but you know what I mean? It's not nothing I'm not ready for. I mean, you know what I mean? In order to, you know, master the art of war, don't start a war. I mean, that's basically what I think. So,
Well, that's good. We want you around for a long time. Keep making music. Jwood, your song "Break" in regular rotation here on DSN Hits. Look him up, Jwood Hip Hop on YouTube. You've got a lot of stuff on there. Basically, your whole repertoire, including your first video, which was "Summertime." Right?
Summertime, yeah. And you can look for the video coming soon for My Story, My Life. And I actually just got a Adele sample from Frank Lucas. He's doing big things right now. He's actually made some beats for MGK and stuff. He made the beat for her song, which is real popular. And I got the sample from Adele, and it's awesome, man. I mean, the video that we're gonna shoot for it's insane. Like, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and we'll keep playing your stuff. And when you get big and famous, you remember us, okay?
I'll always remember you. Hey, my first radio appearance and everything, you gave me the chance, and I'll always remember you, man.
And I told you, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on the track, so we'll keep playing it. Jwood, look for him. Thank you so much for coming in today, Mr. Wood.
All right, thank you, guys.
News coming up next. Hang on, everybody.
Get your business.